This is another channeling from my archives. It was recorded on 7/25/2017. In this reading, I'm channeling my higher self in order to help a ritual abuse survivor to heal. So a little bit of background to begin with before I read the message that I received. I went to a gathering of about 15 people that July in 2017 to hear a shaman speak. He was a Native American shaman, and while he was giving his presentation, I was trying to pay attention, but my attention kept being diverted over into the corner of the room where there was a woman sitting. She was leaning up against the wall, and she was rather hunched over, and I sensed a lot of really dark energy around her. And my attention kept going over there again and again and again, and this really bothered me. So at the end of the little workshop, I approached the person who put the workshop on, and I asked him if he knew the name of the woman who had been sitting over in the corner. And he did. And he told me her name, and I told him, well, she has a lot of really dark energy around her and a lot of attachments. And I want you to give her my number, and if she's interested in getting rid of those, then she should give me a call. So that's the background to this story. And she did call me. She called me right away the next day. And the difficulty was that she was blocked from talking to her own higher self. So what I usually do in circumstances like this is I use my higher self with permission from the other person's higher self to get a message. And that is what I did. And I had 3 main questions that I asked. Usually when I do readings, I have people pose questions for me. And so the 3 questions that I posed for her higher self were, what is her higher purpose? What is the cause of the anxiety and feelings of foreboding that she feels? And how can she get unstuck and move forward in this lifetime? And this is the message that I received through my higher self for her higher self. Dear blank, we speak to you from beyond the veil and beyond this world as you know it. We do not exist in this realm. We are at the level of consciousness known to some of your world as 6th density awareness. We are the aspect of your soul that does not take physical form in the world of 3D that you know. We are what you might term your wise mind. We are a part of you, but an aspect that you have separated yourself from. You do not recognize us. You would exist in the world of 3D as though that is all there is, and we cannot reach you. Various life circumstances and choices you have made have blocked our access to your core. You have built an energetic wall around your heart chakra that is very far in length and deep in breadth. You have continued to strengthen this wall or boundary, and in doing so, you have trapped on the inside of it an assortment of energetic blockages and entities that are draining you of your vital force. Since they are so close to your heart chakra and it is blocked, and you are not able to access it, the energetic entities have free reign over your heart chakra. Though you possess a sharp mind and keen intellect, you are not able to balance your wisdom with love because your heart chakra is malfunctioning. You have shut yourself down from feeling the pain of the trauma you have endured and reached a state of disdain for yourself. You have taken on the responsibility for all that you have endured, and you punish yourself relentlessly. You have no self-love to offer yourself. This has caused a negative balance of emotion in your energetic system. You have not been able to balance your energetic system because of the blocked aspect of your heart chakra. Therefore, the inability to love is affected, and the primary issue is an inability to value the self and the gifts that you have been given. The energetic wall absorbs all positive energy that comes your way, and the entities gobble up anything that might open the heart chakra. Then they use inner voices to repeat mantras over and over to you, such as, "You're not worthy, you'll never make it on your own, you're nobody because no one loves you," and on and on. And you hear these inner voices and you worry about where they come from and whether they are correct in their analysis of you and your situation. That loop gets picked up by your physical brain, and this creates a groove or a neural pathway in your brain of this familiarity. This then leads to a kind of brain lock, and you get caught in endless loops of repetitious anxiety, and this creates more pain and suffering, and the situation perpetuates itself on and on. This all comes from the wall that is keeping the entities in and keeping true self-love and self-care out. The first law of the universe is to love the one infinite creator, and that means to love the self, because the self is one divine spark of the infinite creator. By denying your worthiness and ability to love the self, you are rejecting the one. All are part of the one, all souls. Love the self, love the other selves, love the one infinite creator. All souls will eventually return to the one. Separation from source is an illusion. You see yourself as separate and unworthy. This diminishes the oneness of all, for all are part of the one. You must first learn to love and forgive yourself, and only then will you be able to balance love and wisdom. Right now, you have more wisdom and intellect than love, and you must work to balance that, to bring the polarity of the divine feminine and the divine masculine into harmony with one another. Humans need to create a marriage of these two aspects if their being is to be whole. This means to balance the left brain and right brain hemispheres of logic and intuition. You must strengthen your belief in your right brain intuition. You must work to shed the layers of energetic attachment that are walling off your heart chakra. This begins with self-love and acceptance. It then should progress to letting go of the brain lock, and there are ways you can do that. Believe this. Everything you need to build a successful and happy life is already within you. Do not go outside of yourself searching for it. The kingdom of heaven is within you. We are with you always. As you open up your heart chakra and the energetic tethers are loosened and then removed, you will begin to know us more intimately. You are not alone. We love you. Now love and forgive yourself. And it was signed your higher self. So the epilogue to this story is I met with this person and discussed the message that I received from her higher self. And we arranged for me to do a spirit releasement session in order to help her heal from the trauma of what I suspected was ritual abuse that had gone on for many years, beginning in her childhood. My intuition told me that her family was involved with satanic rituals, and that she was suffering from a form of dissociative identity disorder that stemmed directly from the trauma that she experienced. We did the session, and I was able to communicate directly with the spirit of one of the alter entities that was inside of her. The client's voice came out of her in a very childish tone. It was a little girl about the age of 5, and when I asked her how long she had been with the woman, she said for many years. She entered the woman when the woman was a child and had been inside ever since. She described the scenario of abuse that had happened to the woman when she was 5, and it was very painful to listen to. She said the abuse from that scenario allowed an opening in the woman's energy field that allowed her to enter. I asked if she was the only one there or if there were others. She responded that there were others there. I asked her why she did not go to the light when she died, and she responded, I didn't know about it. After conversing with the spirit for a little while, I asked her if she would like to move on to the light. She said yes, so I called upon one of her relatives that was on the other side of the veil to come and get her. The relative reached out her hand, took the little girl's hand, and helped her out of my client's body, and they walked off together into the clouds. After the session was over, I discussed what happened with my client. She did not remember any of it because she was in a deep state of hypnosis the entire time. The next day I touched base with her and I asked her how she was feeling. She said as though she felt as though she was grieving the loss of the little girl, but that she felt better. However, she said she was not ready to let go of any of the others yet. This did not surprise me, since all of these earthbound spirits that were attached to her had been with her for a very long time. It can be a frightening experience to let go of altars that have protected the mind for such a long time. Clearly, this would be only the beginning of a long road to healing her body, mind, and soul, but it was a very significant first step.